Welcome back to Tech, Tesla, and Trends. Tonight we're discussing Module 10, Finances, the financial things that matter. In this case, we're going to start off with be all in. And that means committing your resources, financial resources, to the effort and having no reservations about where your commitment is. Far too often, those that invest in companies have a small chunk that, they've got their we can go so far, and then we're just going to roll it up. We gave it a good try and we're calling it good, but I can't risk my lifestyle. That's not how Elon plays. It is just contrary to his way of thinking. If you're going to do something, do it, regardless of cost to yourself, emotionally, physically, or financially. And in this case, he has illustrated this consistently from early days. Especially since Tesla and SpaceX days, has really illustrated and firmed in that commitment to financial focus on all in. Do what you can. Commit to it. It doesn't matter. Make the venture work. And that gets, that really brings the point to you have to commit your funds. You have to be willing to commit your own money to the venture. And if you're willing to do that and play all in, it draws people to you, like-minded individuals. And that's what you see around Elon Musk, is people who understand that Elon's not backing down. He plays for keeps. He wants to win. And he's about developing and creating a company that is succeeding at whatever the stated goal is. If it's at Tesla, it's transitioning the world to an electric future. If it's SpaceX, it's making life multiplanetary. If it's Twitter, it's going to be communicating through whatever means are available to build the better good for humanity or something along those lines. If it's Neuralink, it's making sure that AI and humanity have the ability to communicate and to become less hostile in his mind. What each item, a boring company to make transportation not a life-sucking hell. There's a stated reason behind what he's building, and he's made it very clear in each case for those working where he's committed, and he draws like-minded individuals. And that is part of what makes this whole process of financial commitment so effective, because those that commit to him recognize he's not going to stab them in the back. He is committed to the long haul of the company, and overall that brings in people who want to play with him, and he's able to he can pick up the phone and ask for people to participate, and they do. Just take a look at what happened with Twitter. So the next item from a financial perspective that's important is to develop those stretch goals for victory and that create payments for success. And if you look at how Elon structured his package for rewards for the last decade of Tesla, which some idiot's trying to sue him for, because it is built around success, taking Tesla from 65 billion to 650 billion. That's success. That's a 10x improvement for Tesla. And as a Tesla investor, I love the fact that that is how he's rewarded. It means that he's committed to the business and focused on making it grow rather than just taking from the company, as we saw happen with Trevor Meltdown Milton, the man who failed to actually do anything other than talk a really good game and steal money from his company. Just, you talk up a company and then you withdraw all of your funds like that. It's not the same. It's not good business. It's not a good practice. And no quality CEOs are going to actually do that. And I know there's a boatload of people saying that's exactly what Elon's done. That's not the case. There is added value at every level for Elon Musk as he builds Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company, every company he's involved, including Twitter. He is building value into them and creating a hardworking force of individuals who are committed to that goal. And that's important to understand. When Elon takes money out of or sells some of his Tesla shares, it's not because he has no faith in Tesla, which is contrary to what a lot of other individuals are doing. In his case, he usually is selling in order to build the next chunk of his vision for the multi-planetary future, to make life not suck so much. And Twitter is just the latest example of where he's committing to that process in a very big way. Very few people are willing to commit that kind of money to the freedom of speech. And that matters. So then the next item on the list for discussion is that research and development is the lifeblood of a company. And if you listen to the quarterly reports, you hear that Elon will tell you that Tesla is spending money as fast as it possibly can on research and development. There's nothing more that they can think of that they could spend money on to research for the future. This is important for us as Tesla shareholders because it lets us know that, again, that all-in perspective, not only now, but for the future, is in play. And that means that the developments for batteries or for who knows what is under play. I mean, there were some cryptic references in the 2022 quarter 3 report that just, you have to wonder, what are they really working on? Something good's coming down the pipeline. And it's not just Platform 3 or Cybertruck or Semi. There's something else in the works. I wonder if it's a flying car or something else. Electric jet, something. We'll see. Perhaps the long-awaited HVAC. It will happen. Looking at the next item here, though, after the research and development, is investing in opportunities as they appear. Now, some might say, "Oh, that's R&D," but it's really not. It's buying companies when it makes sense, such as Maxwell Technologies or whatever else that Tesla happens to invest in or purchase a stake in over time. Honestly, I do have one of these where I'm looking at some of the battery technology companies, and it makes sense that Tesla is going to continue to, either through contracts or direct investment in, they're going to encourage that growth and development. I think Zola, or anyways, it's an African company that is working on solar and battery deployments throughout Rwanda and a couple other countries there in Africa that Tesla's invested in. They're not actively doing anything other than providing them with probably some resources and some funding cash and information on how to build things better. because it moves the world faster towards that sustainable future. That's what Tesla's committed to. That's what Elon, that's his vision. And understanding that playing all in, putting the money on the line matters is important. Next item to keep in mind from a financial perspective is diversifying your business from a core. So if a business, and what I mean by this is if a business idea or purpose is significantly different from what you're doing. For example, Boring Company, that emerged out of the Hyperloop idea. It was significantly different from Tesla. Yes, Tesla could have developed tunnels underneath the ground for cars to drive through. But is it core to Tesla's functionality? No. And the same thing goes for SpaceX and for Neuralink. Each one of these areas are part of a broader, bigger picture for a humanity that and a life that doesn't suck so much. And Twitter falls directly into that. It's a diversification because it doesn't fit one of the current companies. So that's another aspect of it. And again, playing all in. There's money on the table every time that happens. Then always remember that the vision matters. And this is something people often criticize Elon for when he starts another business or enters another market is, well, why are you doing that? You're not focusing enough on Tesla, or you're not focusing enough on SpaceX, or you're not focusing here or there. The reality of it is that the vision of making life multiplanetary and making human life not suck so much, and that's his own definition, where that's leading and where he's going. And I, quite frankly, right now, believe that he's got a pretty good vision going forward. And if as you look at that, you have to recognize that's where he's putting funds. That's why he's directing it. It's for the future, for that vision, driving that vision forward. And again, putting money on the table for that reason, to bring the vision forward. That is fundamentally important from a financial perspective for future goals and companies and moving things forward. The next item is rewarding those that play. Those that are doing the work. So at Tesla, though, they have the option to purchase stocks at the lowest price during that quarter, or whatever other methods that are currently available for rewarding employees for their efforts. And that is an important aspect, because they're committing to hard work and not just the show up for 40 hours and go home. These folks are committing to real work, the types of hours that most folks are unwilling to do, the 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, is what really people are committing to because of the vision, their commitment to the vision. So you have to reward people differently when they play that way. And that is an aspect of how he thinks and how he plays financially. And then work with like-minded investors. As mentioned before, that mindset of putting your own money in, being part of the game, draws a different type of individual to you. And that is a very important aspect of what Elon brings to the table from a financial perspective. And the final item, across everything else, is a recognition that whatever it is you're doing must be profitable as quickly as possible, and pushing and driving and moving towards that. And the reason for this is if a product is not profitable, it increases the chance that the vision fails. So for Twitter, the $8 a month or whatever it is, driving towards profitability is part of the process. It is core to that fundamental operational process of playing all in, driving towards from a productive perspective to a profitable perspective. And profitability is the lifeblood of every company. And Tesla has illustrated wonderfully how that works when it is compounded and grown in an exponential perspective, especially when it intersects with trends that matter to the overall good and benefit of mankind. And this is at the heart of everything that Elon does. It is for the good of humanity. He believes in humanity and sees it as a good thing, not the evil blight that some on the left side of the aisle look at life. They don't see the value of the human. They view that as either at best an okay thing that probably shouldn't exist because it's destructive to the environment or something else. Whereas Elon sees the innovation, the creativity, the beauty that can exist if we work together, if we build things that have meaning and are concerned about the future in that process. So I'm sure I've missed a thing or two in that summary of what I see for Module 10, but it's one of those multidimensional concepts of how Elon looks at money that is very different than a lot of other companies or CEOs or even investors. It's about the future. Money is used as a tool rather than the end-all, be-all scorekeeper item. Elon doesn't care that he's the richest man in the world. It's just a reality because of what he's done, because he puts the effort in and the work in and does the hard things. And that speaks volumes. And that is why financially it's his way of operating is such a game changer and a multiplying factor within the companies that he operates. So I look forward to your comments and let me know what I've missed and what we can have that conversation down below in the comments, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Have a good one.